I think the last time I didn't score was Europe season 4.
That's a long time ago. Is that more than a year?
Yes, season 4 was 2019.
Right, here we go then.
Ended the end of January.
The lights are now on. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, lights out. And away we go in Singapore for round 2. Faustin keeping the lead as we come into turn 1. But it's Dupont actually who's taking the lead over Faustin out of turn 1. Villeneuve down to 17th. And the 2 Renaults now ahead of both the Peugeots, but they're both battling. But it is Dupont who leads. Ricciardo now up into 3rd ahead of Tombay. But they're still battling, and Tombay's back up into 3rd.
An excellent start by both bad cars. Tombay 6th, 3rd, Hamilton 12th to 6th. It's unbelievable.
I'm going to try and manage on my phone while watching. It is going to be awful.
Unnoticed in all of that with the starts from bad is Alonso, who has gone up into 10th from 17th on the opening lap.
The Jaguars dropping behind of Locatelli, who was started in the top 10, didn't he? He's now down in, I think it is 14th or something like that.
Locatelli started 9th, and Alonso's onto the back of the second. Looking for the move. This is quite something from the reigning champion.
But Dupont still leads, and it's still Tombay versus Norris, both the McLarens at the moment.
Norris has jumped Ricciardo off the start, the championship leader at the moment, Lando Norris. He's only ever competed in one race, and he's won it. So he'd hope to keep that record up.
Panis up into 13th. Villeneuve still down in 17th, battling with both the aces, which I think are the only team not joining today.
Yeah. DRS is now available.
And Dupont's got a very good cushion now. He's got a 2-second lead, so there'll be no one DRS in him. Everyone else has pretty much got DRS.
It's a DRS train basically from Tombay all the way down to...
Tombay is not quite in the DRS. Yeah, Tombay is not quite in the DRS of Faustin, so the Singapore's pulling away.
And there goes Tombay trying to get into the DRS. I wonder if McLaren will react to that, but they don't really need to because they're still almost there. Alonso trying to go for a move on Sagdiev, 9th place, and Lee is having a look at Bilic for 7th. Here comes the DRS train.
Panis still battling with is now battling with one of the outrages, but Alonso's still in 10th. That's a good start for him.
A gap starting to form between Smith and Brown, 11th and 12th.
I think one of the big problems here is Villeneuve is struggling incredibly. He's down in 19th.
High likelihood that tyre temperatures are going to play a huge role today.
Excellent.
It's all going to be about keeping those tyres in the...
Panis up into 12th, and he's passed one of the outrages, another one ahead of him. Although I don't think there's not an outrage, it's an RWB, and then there's Alonso.
Dupont leads at the start of lap 5, he's got a hefty lead.
It's not too much of a hefty lead now, though. Hang on. It's not too much of a hefty... Actually, it is, sorry. I was on the wrong gap. It's actually more than I thought.
Seconds is the lead at the moment.
It's actually more than I thought because I was on the interval instead. But Panis making his way up the grid now. Villeneuve still struggling, but he's still on the back of those aces, so he's got DRS.
And PK coming for a look on Callum Williams, and he does that position. PK up into 15th. Now the question is, tyres are medium and the optimum tyre?
The only team running that is both the aces. Everyone else. I think I can expect Singapore deciding to go on the mediums because they've tried that a lot of times. They did last year quite a few occasions. Turkey being one of them, I think.
speak to the manager of Singapore before the race, and he said he was going to try something interesting. So maybe a 4-stop for Louis Dupont. Very unlikely. It's a long, long pit lane.
Yep,
At
it's
Malaysia,
one of the
so I don't
longest.
think the
Was it
4-stop
20
is a good
seconds
idea.
on an average or something like that?
21 seconds.
Yep.
So
Not
I
likely,
don't
you
think a
wouldn't think.
4-stop will be tried by anybody. Interesting to
Villeneuve,
see, however.
Panis has now got one of the Jaguars on the back of him. Probably going to pass because
Norris
the
up in
Jaguar has
second.
better DRS. It's not too much more though. But now we've just got this very big train, and one of the McLarens now down in
Sagdiyev up
7th, and
into
that's
8th.
Ricardo.
Sagdiyev passes Lee for 8th.
Norris up into 2nd, so he's ahead of Faustin now. But Dupont is just, Dupont is just lightning quick at the moment.
Faustin's done his teammate a big, big favour start of the race by getting that gap, by holding up the Norris
Once
and
again,
Jack Tombe.
Locatelli nowhere near his teammate at the moment. I'm gonna guess.
Yes, now going past Lee and go after Ricardo. So I think the Subarus might be running heavy at the moment.
Alonso on the back of Lee.
That huge release that has been made by Sagdiyev. Faustin dropping down even further behind Tombe and Hamilton now.
Yeah, Dupont's really running away with this at the moment. Panis battling with one of the RWBs, and that is of Smith, and he's pretty much alongside. It was alongside him for a few moments there.
Alonso passes Lee. Alonso into 9th.
So he's finally made that move. Finally made that move. Faustin now's dropped behind, down into 6th now. But he's basically already given his teammate quite a favour in this race so far. And he's got a very good gap.
Okay, up into 14th. Good lap for Renault. 2 overtakes. Alonso's really in the back of Borat Sagdiyev at the moment. So how long are people going to be going? I think
Lee is really starting to struggle now, by the way. He's lost 2 positions, and he might lose to Panis as well now.
Temperature surely is the reasoning for that.
Yep, you would expect so. We're all at very similar levels in terms of tyre economy, and it doesn't even matter much anyway, so you would expect it would be temperature.
This is where Subaru got their first podium 2 seasons ago, which is the first time Renault had been off the podium in 27 races in that race. And Locatelli won that by about 16 seconds, so not a repeat of that today, although DuPont may end up winning by a huge margin, but we will see that, well, we'll see that in about 26 laps.
Do you expect anyone to go into the mediums, apart from, well, Ace at this current moment?
Medium. I think Faustin will go to the mediums at his first stop, and he'll run long.
It's a possibility.
DuPont will have a light first stint, and then go long on the mediums in the second. I think DuPont, possibly 13, 14, first pit stop. Trying to do what Norris did in Australia, modelling on that light first stint, quick car, make a gap. Hold on to it.
Panis up to 11th now, but he might not have DRS.
Ismail is shockingly slow.
Lap 11 of 56 here in Malaysia. Dupont leading by 3.3. Hamilton 4.7 behind Dupont. And basically, Norris downwards is actually no, it's more Hamilton downwards that we're getting this DRS train. And Williams is now really struggling. Both Subarus are struggling incredibly. I don't know if they've maybe left, but they are struggling now with tyre temp, it seems. Usually expect them in quite early as well.
I think Subaru going long from what I spoke to, because that was their fatal error in Melbourne. Had a quick car. Way too early.
You do have to wonder how later they do mean though. I mean, they were on super softs in that race with Williams.
And that's just long. 70 to push it and still be competitive. I think everyone's going to be coming in lap 15, lap 16. LWB, though, have a vastly superior fuel economy, so see they utilize that.
It's starting to break up now, annoyingly, but we'll just ride with it. Still exchanging positions up at the front. Still positions being exchanged.
Getting away from bits and pack, but not by much. They somehow found 2 positions. That's the Subarus. I have a feeling that Subaru may end up quitting the league after this because they can't deal with not getting points in 2 consecutive races.
I think that's a bit of an over-exaggerated statement. I don't think they'll do that.
They said that they would leave. They have actually said that.
Oh, it's been a statement. I think they're being very naive.
And Smith passes Alonso briefly. Alonso gets him back immediately. 13. Will anybody dive into the pits? This is the there we go. 2 ace cars into the pits. So they were very light and one medium. So that's the end of their race, 18th and 19th.
I think that is definitely a default strategy anyway. So they haven't done anything.
Faustin back up to 3rd, fastest lap and purple sector 1. So Faustin's now making a charge after Norris. Norris is getting reeled back in. Don't know how good the overcut is at Malaysia, but I don't think it's overly powerful. Maybe bad news for some people. Sagdiev makes a mistake. Alonso takes advantage, so that's Alonso into 8th place now. Panis using boost, and into the pits go. That's Norris in the pits, as well as one of the RWBs. I'm trying to see who's gone in.
And Panis passes Alonso.
Alonso's lost 3 places at turn 1. What is going on? So who ended? Locatelli went in the pits with Smith and Norris. Very bad for Alonso because Alonso's coming in this lap, and that means he's going to get held up as he does now. Have a look at Tombe. Oh, there we go. But Tombe boosts away, which is unnecessary. But anyway, Sagdiev up into 5th. Excellent performance from the Kazakh driver. Now he was down to 10th, but he's now gone back up, and everybody heads into the pits now. So now it's down to the pit crews. Here comes Williams, fastest lap, passes PK. So yeah, Subaru going long indeed. Now there's a gap between Alonso and Panis, which is ideal. That will hopefully close up and keep the train together. The interest of the DRS train and the exciting viewing.
Faustin has gone just a bit longer. Very surprised by Villeneuve's performance today. Not great.
I think. Alonso's caught the back of Panis.
And
so Williams, Subaru going long, so I think they've overcompensated on length and they're going too long now. Is another reason that they have been slow in the first stint. But let's see where that gets.
There's been some overcuts here on Ricciardo. And Faustin's gone onto the hards. That's a very weird strategy there. Is that a mistake or... I don't think that will work.
It's a mistake. The hards have been nerfed for so long now. That is not a quick idea. And there we go. Tombe straight past Faustin.
That's a race-losing mistake, you could say. I mean, Dupont is going to be pretty much fine, you would think, but that's not good.
Panis is doing very well now. He's in a great position.
Sagdiev is doing very well as well, though. I mean, he nearly pulled Sagdiev pulled very, very far ahead of Panis on that lap, even though he was right with him on the outlap. And there is Faustin. Faustin's going to be absolutely nerfed. And that's an overcut there from Williams. I think the biggest loser from this really has been Villeneuve. He hasn't done anything. He's been slow and you can pretty much count him out.
PK now through the fast corner, past Faustin. PK.
But, I mean, Faustin's going to be absolutely nerfed by a load of people. I mean, he was so slow on the straight.
And Williams is now putting a gap from Alonso, which is not ideal, but Panis is coming, but I think Alonso will just be close enough. to the back of Williams. Yes, he is just about. And now Bilic passes Tombe. So where's Locatelli's down to 12? So there's a huge gap between the Jaguar drivers. There's Williams trying to keep ahead of Alonso. I think Williams will be going long again, so he'll need to be cleared by the guys behind him.
There's now a group of 4 here. Tombe's really slow. Tombe's really slow.
Alonso's been compromised. Panis gets back through. Excellent battle for 6th.
And Tombe is causing an absolute mess here.
Look how far Williams has gone up the road. So I think stick behind Tombe for the DRS.
Oh my Jesus Christ! This is unbelievable.
Now here, Liam Smith as well. What is going on?
Well, one of them's going to get
PK past Smith and Locatelli as well. Now PK is all up into. He's gone up into 8th place. This is incredible.
I'm gonna have to try and get Villeneuve somewhere here.
There goes Villeneuve. A lot of boost.
Yeah, I have to do something with it.
Williams can't keep up with 5th and 4th, so I think it's going to be a French alliance between Peugeot and Peugeot and Renault to try and catch the gap back up to the Subaru, and they've already done that. It looks like
it's not quite enough for a second though on Williams, so that's a bit of an L.
I think Panis is in the DRS of Williams.
Oh, is he just about? So. Yeah, I think no, but it's boosting. I think he's lost it, and he has. Nope, it's just about got it. That was close.
Villeneuve fast that. That's not surprising. He's most of his boost. So after a good race on his debut, appears to be not quite there today. Renault's struggling with tyre temperatures now. That's why Alonso's not keeping up with.
But up at the front, it's still Dupont in the lead, and he's 4 seconds ahead of Norris. He can probably count out everyone else now. I think Dupont's got this in hand.
Look at the tyre performance. Yeah, Dupont is. Norris may end up under attack later in the race from the train that is Sagdiev Hamilton, etc. Where's Tombe gone?
Tombe was really slow, and Hamilton trying to get away from DRS here. Oh god, I hate this. This is awful. I hate people doing this.
Lost DRS without to break in the train. PK up to 9th, Smith up to 10th, Villeneuve out the points again. So I think Villeneuve really on player in this race now.
Yeah, that's annoying. But it's happened. I can't do anything about it.
Benjamin Brundle is up to 13th, and he's doing a pretty good job, which is
so Panis is going to probably pass Williams here. He's quite slow now. He's on a heavy fuel load, so
it might be a bad exit, though. That's the thing. If you get too close on entry, your exit's compromised.
Hamilton will probably boost again to get away from someone's DRS, and he's not. But one of the Renaults is using, and that's PK. Now onto the straight, and Hamilton's going to be nerfed by just one car.
Bridges the gap
by 2 cars, by 3 cars.
Alonso's saying hello as well.
There's Panis. He's going to pass. He's going to pass Williams here, and now he needs to get up to the RWB of Sagdiev if he wants to keep in that position. And he's up to 4th now. Sorry, 5th.
Are Renault and Peugeot very light? That's the issue. That's the question here. Are they very light? And here comes Alonso on Williams. No, he's going to. There we go. Alonso passes Williams as well. So up to 6th for Alonso from 17th on the grid. It's been a very good race. 17th effectively last. Ace didn't set a strategy, and
oh fuck's sake,
didn't set a strategy, and Ismail doesn't really count. Alonso's just been absolutely ruined by that little battle there by Panis and co. Ideal. Let's hope that that's the train broken then. The top 5 breaking away. 6th place.
It's Bilic, who's the slower of these runners at the moment. Sadly, Evans is on really good pace.
A good chance for.
Of course, RWB could have won the last race here a couple of weeks ago if it wasn't for a mistake with Smith.
Those tires, they're too hot. They are way too hot. He's so much boost to try and stay anywhere into any kind of position.
I cannot stay with this group. The Jaguar's got much better DRS.
That boosting from Sagdiev and Peugeot going with it has compromised the race of a lot of drivers. Poor decision. There's just such hot tyres here. I assume most people are going to be struggling with tyre temperatures.
Not at the moment, I'm fine. I've been fine nearly the whole race, if I'm being honest.
Alonso and PK are struggling with tyre temperatures. I wonder if Smith's going to try and boost the back of this train. It doesn't look like he is. Norris trying to pull away, though.
If the Peugeot can get the
third.
Jaguar, that would be good, and he has. That's Panis.
Where's Faustin now? 18th place from the front row. His teammate's going to win the race. He's got a
He's
4.5 seconds.
he's 15 seconds off the lead.
Well, the whole field is covered by a short distance. That is true. What would really spice this race up would be rain, but there's no threat of rain.
Okay, I think Villeneuve is just slightly struggling with tyre temp, not too much though.
Brundle's up to 12th now, which is excellent.
Panis will want to keep a DRS here, or it's pretty much a disaster. He just about has, and he'll get Zagdiev.
He's not in DRS. He tried to get there, but he didn't, so that's unfortunate.
And now they're closing up on Norris. So Norris is going to be in trouble. He's got no DRS partner, so everyone's going to catch up to Norris. And
Norris also was the lightest car in the first stint, pitted after a couple of laps less than the cars around him. The guy going longest in the top 7, well, everyone went to lap 15 apart from Norris. You've got Piquet and Williams who went slightly longer. I wonder how long people will be going for this stint. I know that Renault, well, I can tell you Alonso's pitting at the end of lap 29. Might prove to be a mistake.
Yeah, there's no point in me boosting up to Norris.
They're going to catch Norris with DRS anyway. So any use of boost at the moment is a bit of a waste.
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, the DRS is incredibly powerful. And
Williams is up to 8. So
Panis has also lost a bit of a gap to Alonso as well, so that's incredibly annoying and disgusting. But it has brought up this group up to Norris now. He's really vulnerable with Norris now.
I think that Zagdiev and Bilic are going to be going longer.
Where is Ricardo, by the way? I've hardly seen the guy.
Ricardo got that right after the first stop. He's gone down to 16. Battling with Faustin at the moment, and then Brundle's just pitted again. Yeah, the cars that matter. Salty Singapore first, Salty Singapore last. Smith into the pit, so here begins the second round of stops. Villeneuve passes Piquet Jr. for 9th place, but Villeneuve has used pretty much all of his boost, so as I said, he's not an issue in this race. Alonso's up to 3rd. That's a surprising event, given his performance in qualifying, where he was 17th. And I don't know who's going to come in this lap, but Alonso definitely is, which means he'll probably end up at the back of this queue when they all.
I'm coming in as well, by the way. I'm coming in as well.
So DuPont into the pits. Will Norris pit? Surely Norris will pit. Norris in. Alonso, everybody in, except Hamilton. Hamilton leads the race. Williams 2nd, Piquet 3rd, Villeneuve 4th. This is very interesting. Piquet right in the back of Williams. Williams is going long, so we could end up seeing a Subaru podium or something weird here. As in the pit stop, Zagdiev has jumped Alonso, so good pit stop by the RWB crew.
There's been a bit of a gap here, and I think you guys are going much lighter. It's clear.
Medium tyres for DuPont. Has got to stay within the DRS of Zagdiev. Catch up to Norris. Passes Ricardo. Piquet's into the pit. So Williams takes the lead from Tombe and then Faustin. So this is where this is interesting. Where will Piquet filter out then in the pit stops? Where's Piquet and Hamilton going to come out? The answer is behind, well, in this group really. And Villeneuve's there as well, and Lee. So now they've got to go after Lando Norris. They've got to go after Lando Norris.
I've got no pace at the moment. Got nothing left really, but Faustin's still out there, and he's putting in some decent times now. Being on those hard tyres, I'm still surprised by that. And
when I heard interesting move, I thought 4-stop or only using mediums. It did not cross my mind that some would consider the hard tyres. And I think Faustin's made it very plain why I didn't think that. He wins the race though by 2-stopping or something. I'm going to look very stupid, but
I think
I don't think
DuPont's
that's
won
going to happen.
this, if I'm being honest, but he might still be up there.
Closer to DuPont than he was. The gap's only a couple of seconds now.
Okay, Panis is now starting to reel in some people. Finally. He is heavier on this stint.
Realised that I fueled both my cars to pit on the same lap, so PK is going to get compromised. He's going to be brought in earlier to help Alonso. It's just the way it is. PK can somehow go another lap, I don't know. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but Faustin still leads as Ricciardo pits. So Ricciardo went very long, didn't really work.
It's Faustin now leading, by the way. Ricciardo was in the lead just for a momentary second.
And still leading. Alonso's going backwards. He's gone down from...
Yeah, Ricciardo led just for about one lap before his pit stop. And now he's down in, I don't even know where he is, but he's very far down. I suppose.
Goodness knows what the result is going to be. Well, I think DuPont is nailed on... Well, he's not. He's on mediums, but he's going to be going longer. So Norris can still win this race, but I don't think he will.
Bloody hell, Faustin. Not Faustin. Panis.
If Faustin's 2-stopping, he could win this race. He could be. If he goes for hards in the final stint, he's
doing okay times, but they're not amazing times against DuPont.
No.
I still think DuPont's got it.
That's
fair.
If he goes till lap 36 and pits for hards again, then he's going to the end of the race, and he's got a 13-second gap. So if he's 2-stopping, he could win the race, and that would be an unbelievable strategy.
Well, he pit on lap 16.
Yeah, so if he goes to 36, he could win the race. If he goes for hards again.
It's interesting.
Just that, then good luck. Yeah.
It is how it is at the moment because Singapore have got a very good car, probably a good car for once at the start of the season for a long time. You'd have to say since the last championship winning season, which was season 5.
Trying to reel in, and there we go. Norris has been reeled in the DRS.
Yep, we knew that was going to happen.
Up to third, which is next second, of course, as Faustin gets pit.
Okay.
If Faustin's only pitting by 4, he's actually then P3. We don't know at the moment.
So lap 35 now. There is just there's that group up to Norris, and then there's the Renaults and the Peugeot of Panis.
Alonso needs to hang on to Hamilton. Alonso's got to hang on to Hamilton.
And it'll bring everyone else in.
A chance here. I know they've got excellent downforce, so they are good in the final sector. That helps them. As you can see, Alonso closes right up to Hamilton in the last sector. Faustin must be hitting again. Yeah.
Okay, now a big group here on Norris. And Ricciardo's boosting up to this group now. He's pretty much in the same position Villeneuve is in, really, except for me, he's going a bit longer.
How much boost does Ricciardo have left?
Probably the same as amount as mine. He's in the same situation as Villeneuve, just going a bit longer.
Font is being reeled in by the DRS trim, but he's on medium, so he will be heavier. I'd assume he'll be going till maybe 46, lap 46 on that set of tyres. And there goes Norris trying to catch Ricciardo, trying to catch DuPont, which is a silly decision because they would have caught him anyway with DRS and now he's wasted boost. So we'll see if that comes back to bite McLaren later in the race, or if it wins them. But I think it's unlikely. I think Singapore are just in a much better position in every respect than all the other teams at the moment.
We'd expect that. I did say it should be their season.
Aston may go to a point where he can pit the mediums.
Possibly.
Verstappen has never won a dry race apart from in Monza. This would be incredible if Faustin pulls off a 2-stop for the glory.
Who's not won a dry race?
Apart from at Monza.
Oh, right.
2 stops done that.
It's something that you can do, considering the car that he has.
McLaren
Okay.
tried to break DRS on DuPont and didn't.
Panis is close
So
on
that's
Alonso now.
another way.
Panis is a bit closer to Alonso now. So it's not gone too bad for Panis. It did look a bit shaky early on. It kind of depends on what everyone else does.
I think the current top 10 will be the top 10 at the finish, because I don't think Smith is a bit too
Hamilton
far back.
struggling now. Panis needs to get past Hamilton here, or he's going to lose DRS. And he's really struggling. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Get out the fucking way!
No, the second is longer than you think it is. So you don't actually have to be massively close. And Subaru trying to break.
Ricardo
Just
using boost again. He's pretty much.
Faustin's going to the end. Faustin pits now.
So it depends on
Correctly, he goes
it really depends on
Yes.
DuPont now and what kind of gap he can get. But I mean, he's gonna have to get an almighty gap.
Yeah, Faustin only just behind Liam Smith. So Faustin.
And he's got DRS as well, hasn't he?
Using hards, which just shows the advantage that Singapore have. I said they would have won Australia.
I guess the only thing that can tip against he's on the medium. So I was going to say if he had to go on the hards, then maybe DuPont would have got the win.
He shouldn't be too slow at the start.
Yeah.
If Williams tries to bridge the gap to Bilic by using boost here, that's just a terrible idea. But I don't think he is. The gap's too much.
The whole race we've been basically focused on this group here that have all got DRS, and it continues. Panis was close to Alonso just a couple of laps ago, but Hamilton's kind of ruined that, and he's now trying to. Oh my! For God's sake!
Alonso's got to keep with Sagdiev.
I think Hamilton already knows he's not quick enough. He's not quick enough at the moment.
And as I say that, Norris is being reeled in by Sagdiev, so McLaren is struggling now at this stage in the race. Honestly, anyone really can win in this front group. Although Faustin is in a good position, anyone really could win. So not quite DRS for Sagdiev. Alonso does just get it and makes the maneuver.
Hamilton's caused a bit of a problem here for Panis.
Hamilton.
Oh, but here's Williams now. He's struggling again.
Racing driver, Stefan Bilic into the lead.
Subaru now struggling once again on this stint.
Yeah, Alonso can get here.
That 41 here. Still focused on this group. It's Bilic who now leads ahead of DuPont. Villeneuve susceptible to Ricardo now, but Ricardo's pretty much in the same situation, so it's rather pointless. Hamilton now going from being behind Panis to being in front of Alonso again.
Still changing around.
You can pretty much forget these two here, Villeneuve and you can see at the back of PK's car, those two, they're pretty much out of the races. PK might make a move here on Panis.
Do anything. I wonder if Hamilton's going to try and boost up to Sagdiev. I wouldn't advise it.
PK might have Panis here. No, he's just about struggled in that sector.
There goes Hamilton.
It's really close between Panis and PK, by the way. Oh my god.
PK up into 8th. Will PK get his first point since the hell he last scored points? I actually have no idea when it was. So, sometime in season 7.
Japan. I don't know. Wait, he scored in Europe, didn't he? I'm trying to think of the races. I'm trying to think. What was his last race before the start of this season? It was Canada, wasn't it?
It was Canada. So PK's got to pit this lap.
What was before that race? I have no idea. But anyway, Panis already up onto PK again. But there's a bit of an L taking that maneuver, really. Panis needed to stay ahead.
He has to pit this lap to avoid double stacking.
That's a shame. Okay,
Alonso will just out. He just has enough fuel to make it another lap. Norris has gone longest, though. Norris has actually gone longer. So after this short first stint, Norris has ended up going longer. I don't know if Williams, I think, will go another lap after this. I think it's a possibility. Will they overcut Bilic? Will these guys overcut Bilic? Honda. Go into the pits, Panis as well, so Villeneuve goes round. Is it just, it's just under a second, the gap between Piquet and Sagdiev.
And Panis has jumped Alonso. Williams onto super softs.
Renault's pits are having an absolute mare.
Williams is not really going to...
Alonso's cut by Piquet. So Piquet is now the lead Renault.
Yeah, I don't know.
Onto super softs, that's suicide.
That's not going to work. I think that's... But it's going to stop these guys from getting DRS, I think, unless he has a mare.
How has Alonso gone from the front of that train to the back of it? That's
actually, luckily enough, this train is coming back together, and they didn't jump Bilic. Bilic is quite ahead of these guys. That was a poor pit stop from Renault. And someone's boosting. I think it's Bilic. Where's Villeneuve going to come out here? I think he's just going to be behind this group. He's ahead. Oh, he's ahead of Panis. So
this has really ruined Alonso's race. Alonso's going to have to start making opportunistic overtakes. Places where you wouldn't normally see overtakes if he wants to do something here. Williams has got the bite of the super soft at the moment, but very shortly they're going to overheat and die.
So Ricciardo leading now. And Ricciardo, he's not going to win the race though, not a chance. And actually Norris is in front of Dupont, but that's going to be about to an end.
His Alonso thing. Here comes Ricciardo, but Ricciardo doesn't have boost, so it doesn't really matter that he's there. Piquet just in front of Ricciardo, and Williams loses out to Villeneuve. Williams may end up out of points before. Oh no, well, Villeneuve and Ricciardo don't have any boost, so Williams will possibly.
Villeneuve on a charge now, but of course he's not going to stay there. It might be good for Panis though if he manages to get with him again.
Hamilton, so Piquet.
Hamilton, you can pretty much counter this now in terms of boost because he's got literally none left. So you can pretty much give someone a point here, some points here, or a point. Not Villeneuve, of course, but Panis should get onto that.
Sagdiev, who's fourth at the moment, so Norris does have a decent amount of boost.
Singapore really need to work together now to get the win here.
Singapore 1-2, Bilic third is possibly how it's going to be. As Alonso's slow, he's not keeping with Williams. It's going to be Renault have to pin their hopes on Nelson Piquet here. A surprising event. Norris, though, looking like winning the opening two races of the season. Last person to do that was Davies in season 4, who won Australia and Malaysia season. No one's won the first two races of the season since then. No, Allsy won them in the first two in season 2. I think Faust in season 3, but not since then. And the train's closed up, but Piquet hasn't gone, so Piquet's going to drop behind Ricciardo, but the McLaren's DRS is quite weak. So Piquet's down to 8th now as the train...
Williams passes Panis. And... sorry, passes Villeneuve and Panis has passed Alonso.
It's the last thing that was really needed there.
Not ideal. Williams' short burst should be pretty close to ending. It's not actually been that quick, really. That's indicative of the car's performance in terms of Subaru at the moment. But they haven't really pushed on with that, even though they got on better tyres.
So it's just lacking the pace.
But so is Panis at the moment.
The tyres are too hot, for one thing.
As I think Hamilton continues to use boost, it's not going to help him at all. He's quite literally out with it. He's not very hot for out of this group.
Ricciardo's got pretty much nil boost.
So you can say Hamilton, Ricciardo, Villeneuve are all pretty much screwed, and so is Williams as well in terms of tyres.
He didn't have enough. Sagdiev isn't. Sagdiev's doing okay, actually.
Yeah, Sagdiev is totally fine.
Five-way affair. There's a battle for the top 5, and there's the battle for 6th.
So Dupont not far away from Norris now. He needs to make this move. So he's going to get DRS anyway. And hopefully Faustin can get past as well, and he probably will. Don't even bother doing that.
So Ricardo and now Nelson Piquet is up there.
If Williams can please die quicker, I could get up there.
No way he's taking the super soft to 12 laps. That's just not on. Especially in these temperatures.
I don't know. He must be already on, like, total conserve at the moment. DuPont leads, and Faustin did not get past Norris. So Norris will be back past DuPont.
And Norris is going to have to use boost probably to catch up there.
How much boost has he actually got?
Norris has not got enough.
Yeah, so it's basically already over then. Oh, fuck's sake. They're trying to get away from this group.
That is excellent for PK.
Yeah, if Williams could, like, please die off quicker. It's not enough at the moment to just pass him on the track. I have to get DRS on him. Okay, I think he's now starting to die. We need to go for it. We have to go for it or we're screwed. Oh, fuck. No. Get out of the way.
It's not worked very well for the show. It's helped Panis, but that's about it. Villeneuve was never really in a good position anyway. Alonso goes through on Williams. So Alonso's now going to try and get on the back of Panis, ride him like a donkey, keep the DRS, and I think Panis is closing up to the guys in front anyway. So DuPont leads ahead of Faustin. Norris has got enough boost, but Norris is McLaren, and McLaren's boost level is not very high. So, was that a disconnection again for Singapore on that 53? He did not need to boost there. He was already in the DRS of the car ahead, so that's a waste of boost. And anyway, Singapore returning again. Norris, Bilic, they're all passing Faustin.
So
now PK's onto the back of Faustin.
That group has got miles ahead.
Might be a Renault might be looking at a 6-7 at the moment. Well, here comes Williams on his super softs. Get back up to the back of this train. The tyres are absolutely dead. He's going to go through and he's going to try and pass. Williams is going to go past Alonso, which is fantastic. So that's Williams making his move.
I mean, it's not much of a move, if I'm being honest. Panis has screwed it.
Out of DRS front.
That's annoying.
Well, Hamilton passes Williams. So yeah, Williams' tyres are dead. There's no doubt about that. Oh, they're going to compromise everybody.
About 55. Yeah. One lap to go, and Norris still leads.
Yeah.
I mean, DuPont is still not getting. He's going to get DRS on this lap, but he's going to be passed anyway. Best not focus on that group. We better just focus on the lead now.
Don't be like that. I'm charging through the field. Yet there's no boost again being used by Singapore. Once again, no boost is being used by the parent.
I don't think they're there, and Norris is going to win the race. Oh dear. Unless Sagdiev can get on the back, and I don't think he can. Vance is going to get a best of 8 here.
Bilic is up there now. Not close enough.
Oh dear, they've thrown that away again.
Alonso passes Piquet on the line. That was fantastically engineered by me.
And it's another win for McLaren. That was poorly thrown away by Singapore. They weren't there.
That might have been a dead heat between Bilic and Norris. I think the unappreciated thing here, 17th on the grid to 5th by the reigning champion. Didn't even score points in the end.
He's joined just before the end of the race. That's not good. So Norris still leads the World Championship then. Now 50 points.
Yeah. Maximum points for him.
So Bilic will be second.
Yes, 2 podiums, and Sakdiev ended up 3rd, Dupont 4th, and Alonso ended up 5th. Shockingly.
Yeah, I was just a bit away from Faustin, but I can't really do anything at the moment. Don't know what happened to Villeneuve. But anyway, a good win for McLaren once again. And the next race will be China. Actually, it won't be China, will it? It'll be, was it Bahrain? That will be on the Wednesday.
So it's Bahrain.
It'll be on the Wednesday.
And then
Next Wednesday. Or the Wednesday coming.
And that race will be at 9:30 in the evening, so that will be in Bahrain time, about 1 in the morning.